Welcome to Supreme Auto Elite. When cars become too fast for reality. Imagine this for a moment. You press the start button. The engine wakes up like a beast that has been asleep for centuries. Your heart rate jumps. Your palms sweat. You haven't even moved yet. But already, this car feels illegal. Not because it breaks the law on paper, but because it breaks the laws of physics, logic, and human reaction time. These are not normal cars. These are not even supercars. These are hypercars. Machines so extreme that full throttle feels like a mistake. Second gear is faster than most cars at top speed. And one wrong input can turn millions of dollars into twisted carbon fiber. Today, we're counting down the top 10 hypercars that feel illegal to drive. Not just because of speed, but because of how they deliver it. Violent acceleration, terrifying torque, unfiltered power. Cars that make you whisper to yourself, greater than, humans were not supposed to build this. Let's begin. Number 10. McLaren Speedtail. The silent missile. At first glance, the McLaren Speedtail looks elegant, smooth, futuristic, almost polite. But don't be fooled. This car is a bullet disguised as luxury. Key specs. Power. 1036 horsepower. Top speed. 250 miles per hour, 402 kilometers per hour. 0 to 186 mph, 12.8 seconds. Engine. Hybrid V8. Production. 106 units. That number, 250 miles per hour, is not marketing hype. That is fighter jet territory. Why it feels illegal. The Speedtail doesn't scream like other hypercars. It glides, and that's what makes it terrifying. At high speeds, most cars fight the air. The Speedtail slices through it. The cockpit is centered. Yes, you sit in the middle, like an F1 car. When you accelerate, there's no drama, no wheel spin, no chaos, just a continuous, unstoppable surge forward. Your brain expects the speed to plateau. It doesn't. At 200 miles per hour, the Speedtail still pulls hard. Your eyes struggle to process how fast the world is shrinking. And here's the scary part. There's no big wing, no wild arrow tricks screaming, race car. It feels like you're cheating reality. Moving faster than you're supposed to. Without anyone noticing. That's why it feels illegal. Number 9. Ferrari SF90 Stradale. Ferrari's electric nightmare. Ferrari has built many fast cars. But the SF90 is different. This isn't passion first. This is pure violence with a Ferrari badge. Key specs. Power. 986 horsepower. 0 to 60 mph. 2.1 seconds. Drivetrain. AWD. Engine. Twin-turbo V8 plus 3 electric motors. Let that sink in. This is a nearly 1,000 horsepower Ferrari that anyone with money can technically buy. No special invitation. No racing license. Just money and courage. Why it feels illegal. The SF90 doesn't warm you up. It attacks. You press the accelerator and all four wheels bite the road like claws. There's no wheel spin. No hesitation. Just instant, brutal acceleration. Your neck snaps back. Your organs lag behind. And the scariest part, it does this silently at first. Electric torque hits instantly. Then the V8 detonates behind you. It feels like two engines fighting over who gets to scare you more. Ferrari programmed this car to be efficient. That's the problem. It's too easy to go extremely fast. You can hit insane speeds before your brain says, greater than, wait, this is dangerous. By then, it's already too late. Number 8. Koenigsegg Agera RS. The speed record destroyer. This is where things stop being reasonable. The Koenigsegg Agera RS isn't just fast. It's proven dangerous to speed records. Key specs. Power. 1,341 horsepower on E85. Top speed. 277.9 miles per hour world record run. 0 to 60 mph. 2.6 seconds. Weight. Around 1,395 kilograms. This car didn't just break records. It humiliated them. Why it feels illegal. The Agera RS has no hybrid assistance. No electric smoothing. This is raw internal combustion insanity. When the turbos hit, they don't ask permission. They slam. The acceleration feels mechanical, violent, almost angry. And unlike many hypercars, this one feels barely contained. You feel the road texture, the chassis flex, the tires fighting for survival. At extreme speeds, the car feels alive, like it's constantly negotiating with physics. Greater than, we can do this, but just barely. That tension is what makes it terrifying. You're not riding a computer. You're holding onto a controlled explosion. One mistake, one wrong steering input, and history repeats itself, violently. Number 7. Lamborghini Sean 37 Falkland Islands pounds. The hybrid bull that hates you. Lamborghini has always been about drama, noise, aggression. But the Sean adds something new. Instant electric rage. Key specs. Power. 819 horsepower. Engine. Naturally aspirated V12 plus supercapacitor. 0 to 60 mph. 2.8 seconds. Top speed. Over 217 miles per hour. Production. 63 coupes. This is not a normal hybrid. There are no batteries. Lamborghini used a supercapacitor. Lighter, faster, and far more violent. Why it feels illegal. The Sean doesn't hesitate. When you touch the throttle, the electric system hits instantly. No delay, no softness. Then the V12 explodes. The result feels like someone rear-ended reality itself. Unlike other Lamborghinis, the Sean feels sharper, more aggressive, more dangerous. The steering is brutally direct. The response is immediate. At high speeds, the car feels like it wants to. Greater than, go faster, even if you're not ready. And that V12 scream. It's not just loud, it's threatening. Driving the Sean feels like walking a wild animal on a thin leash. You're technically in control, but only until the bull decides otherwise. Number 6. Rimac Navara. The electric hypercar that breaks reality. No engine noise, no gears, no warning, just pure acceleration that feels illegal to experience. Key specs. Power. 1914 horsepower. 0 to 60 mph. 1.85 seconds. 0 to 186 mph. 9.3 seconds. Top speed. 258 miles per hour. Motors. 4-1 per wheel. Yes, nearly 2,000 horsepower. In silence. Why it feels illegal. Your brain relies on sound to understand speed. The Navara removes that. You press the accelerator, and your vision compresses. There's no buildup, no drama, just instant, violent forward motion. Your organs lag behind your skeleton. Your neck fights physics. Your brain struggles to process what's happening. And here's the terrifying part. The car feels too stable. At speeds where most cars would feel nervous. The Navara feels calm, cold, precise. It doesn't feel like it's pushing itself. It feels like it's holding back. That's what makes it feel illegal. It delivers extreme speed with the confidence of a commuter car. And that combination is genuinely dangerous. Number 5. Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus. When speed becomes absurd, this is the car that made the world stop and stare. The first production-based car to break 300 miles per hour. Key specs. Power. 1,577 horsepower. Top speed. 304.773 miles per hour record run. Engine. Quad turbo W16. Weight. Over 2 tons. This thing weighs as much as a small truck. And still moves faster than almost anything ever built. Why it feels illegal. At low speeds, the Chiron feels luxurious. Quiet, smooth, comfortable. That's the trap. You press harder on the throttle. And the speed climbs effortlessly. 100 miles per hour feels normal. 150 miles per hour feels manageable. Then you realize something horrifying. The car does not stop accelerating. At speeds where other cars beg you to slow down, the Chiron feels relaxed. The steering is calm. The suspension is composed. But your instincts are screaming. Greater than, this should not be happening. At 250 miles per hour, you're covering over 110 meters every second. One blink, one tire imperfection, one mistake. That's it. The Chiron doesn't feel illegal because it's unstable. It feels illegal because it makes impossible speeds feel acceptable. Number 4. Aston Martin Valkyrie. A Formula 1 car wearing license plates. This car should not exist. Not on public roads. Not with turn signals. Not with a warranty. The Valkyrie is what happens when engineers forget about comfort, sanity, and fear. Key specs. Power. 1160 horsepower. Engine. Naturally aspirated 6.5L V12 plus hybrid. Redline. 11,100 RPM. Weight. Approximately 1,030 kilograms. Downforce. Enough to drive upside down theoretically. Yes, this car was designed with help from Adrian Newey, the greatest F1 designer of all time. Why it feels illegal. You don't sit in the Valkyrie. You are strapped into it. Your legs are raised. Your seat is barely padded. Your view is dominated by carbon fiber and fear. At speed, the Valkyrie generates more downforce than its own weight. That means, the faster you go, the harder the car presses itself into the road. The steering is razor sharp. The suspension is brutally stiff. Every input feels like it could change your life. And the sound, an 11,000 RPM V12 screaming inches behind your head. So loud, so raw, so violent. It feels like a mechanical war cry. Driving the Valkyrie doesn't feel exciting. It feels illegal because it feels like you're not qualified to be there. Number 3. Hennessy Venom F5. The 300 plus mph monster. Hennessy didn't build this car to be practical. They built it with one goal. Break speed records and terrify drivers. Key specs. Power. 1,817 horsepower. Engine. 6.6L twin-turbo V8. Target top speed. Over 311 miles per hour. Weight. Approximately 1,360 kilograms. 0 to 60 mph. Under 2 seconds. This car exists purely to go faster than common sense allows. Why it feels illegal. The Venom F5 doesn't hide its intentions. There's no luxury illusion. No comfort distraction. Just carbon fiber, horsepower, and danger. When boost builds, the acceleration is apocalyptic. The car feels light, almost nervous, at extreme speeds. Unlike a Bugatti, which isolates you, the Venom makes you feel everything. The vibrations, the road imperfections, the tension. At full throttle, your brain enters survival mode. This isn't a car you relax in. This is a car you endure. And knowing that it wants to exceed 300 miles per hour. That knowledge alone makes it feel illegal. Number 2. Pagani Huayra BC. Art that tries to kill you. Pagani doesn't build cars. They build mechanical emotions. The Huayra BC is beautiful. But beauty doesn't make it safe. Key Hudge. Power. 791 horsepower. Engine. AMG twin-turbo V12. Weight. Approximately 1,218 kilograms. Downforce. Active aero with moving flaps. On paper, it looks tame compared to others on this list. In reality, it's terrifying. Why it feels illegal. The Huayra BC has massive torque. And rear-wheel drive only. No AWD safety net. No electric smoothing. Just turbo torque hitting the rear tires violently. The active aero constantly moves. Flaps adjusting in real time. You can feel the car changing shape under you. At high speeds, the Huayra feels alive. Almost unpredictable. It doesn't dominate the road. It dances on it. One wrong throttle input mid-corner. And the rear end reminds you who's boss. It feels illegal because it demands respect. This car doesn't forgive mistakes. Number 1. Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute. The car that shouldn't be allowed to exist. This is it. The hypercar that makes governments nervous. The car that laughs at speed limits. The machine that feels less like a road car and more like a physics experiment gone wrong. Key specs. Power. 1,600 horsepower E85 fuel. Engine. 5.0L twin-turbo V8. Redline. 8,500 RPM. Gearbox. 9-speed light-speed transmission. Estimated top speed. 330 plus mph theoretical. Let that number sit in your mind. 330 miles per hour. That's faster than many aircraft at takeoff. Why the Jesko Absolute feels illegal. The Jesko Absolute isn't built for corners. It's built for one thing. Pure, unstoppable speed. Koenigsegg removed the massive rear wing. Reduced drag to absurd levels. Optimized airflow so aggressively that the car almost feels like it's cheating. At full throttle, the acceleration doesn't fade. It intensifies. Each gear change is instant. Not milliseconds, but microseconds. Your brain can't register what's happening. At high speed, the car feels unnaturally calm. No drama, no vibration, no fear signals. And that's the danger. You're traveling faster than human reaction time can safely manage. Yet the car behaves like it's cruising. By the time you realize how fast you're going, you're already beyond logic. The transmission that breaks reality. The Jesco's light-speed transmission is not a normal gearbox. It can jump between any gear at any time. That means 7th to 4th instantly, 9th to 6th without hesitation. No delay, no lag. The result, acceleration that never feels interrupted. Your body expects pauses between gears. They never come. This continuous surge feels unnatural, almost illegal to experience. The scariest part, the Jesco Absolute isn't limited. Koenigsegg hasn't capped the top speed. The only limit is tire technology, road length, and your courage. This is a road-legal car that could theoretically outrun almost anything on Earth. Jets, race cars, history. That's why it feels illegal. Not because it breaks laws, but because it exposes how fragile those laws really are. Final thoughts. Why these cars feel illegal. These hypercars share one thing in common. They weren't built for normal people. They weren't built for normal roads. They exist because engineers asked, greater than, what if we didn't stop? And the answer was terrifying. Speed that bends time, acceleration that rewires the brain, power that demands respect, or punishment. Outro. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the top 10 hypercars that feel illegal to drive, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because next time, we're pushing the limits even further. Which hypercar would you be brave enough to drive? Comment below. Until then, drive safe. Because these cars definitely don't. Thanks for watching.